Boas pessoal, sejam todos muito bem-vindos a mais um vídeo aqui no meu canal. Marcos a jogar com vocês mais um vídeo e trago-vos NFL 23. Nunca joguei, conheço o jogo, conheço o tipo de desporto, mas como é que este jogo se desenrola no estilo de gameplay de FIFA, de futebol ao futebol, e temos isto que é o chamado futebol americano. Vamos ver como é que é. Este é o Maiden 2023 chamado NFL, ok? É tipo um FIFA da vida, por exemplo. Vamos carregar. Temos muito presente estas vozes tipicamente americanas, porque isto é o futebol americano. Como na Europa, neste caso, o desporto rei é o futebol. Mas para os americanos, isto é o real desporto, ok? Aqui vamos passar à frente, não sei o que é isto. Are you sure? Ok, ele basicamente anda a dizer que eu posso ter um pack bónus assim. Bora. Isto deve ter muitas músicas com direitos autorais. Eu não sei quem é que este senhor, deve ser uma lenda do futebol americano.
Welcome to Madden NFL 23.
Ok.
Before we get you out on the field, let's customize your game to fit you.
Esse level?
From your experience
Rocky.
level and favorite
Completamente
team, all
Rocky
the way
mesmo.
through your play style and accessibility
A
options.
simulação, isto é
And
só
don't
para
worry,
conhecer, ok?
if you
Se
ever
tu
feel like
gostares
switching
deste
it up,
vídeo, se
you
gostares
can
deste jogo,
always
deixa o
change
teu like
things
e comenta.
around
Bora
in
lá.
settings later.
Eu vou deixar a música porque a música é top. Atenção lá, bora lá. Favorito teams, eu não conheço nenhuma equipa aqui. Eu se calhar vou colocar um equipamento que me parece melhor. O Vikings. Nunca ouvi falar destas equipas. Broncos, Browns, Cardinals, Chargers. Não é feia a camisola. Vai ser esta. E mais quality ou performance? Performance.
Accessibility
O que é que ele quer
settings.
fazer com isto? Subtitles. Dá para escolher audio mix. Ok.
Accessibility. Madden 23 control. Try to hit
Skill
the sweet spot
based
of the passing meter to
placement.
guarantee yourself an accurate or perfect
Nada
pass.
disto.
Select control the exact
Bora lá.
strength of your pass. Try to hit the sweet spot of the passing meter to guarantee yourself an accurate or perfect pass. Place the ball exactly where you
Skill
want it
based
around your
in
target by using the control the
Classic
exact.
place.
Stick with what you know. Traditional old school Madden style
Se
pass.
calhar vai este, que é o
Lead the
clássico, né?
receiver in any direction by using the left stick.
Era fixe era colocar isto com... Olha, vamos jogar um jogo de teste. Vamos jogar aonde? Vamos jogar pelos outros, né? Ah não, vou pelos azuis, que é a minha equipa favorita. A favorita que é? A minha equipa é a cor favorita. A equipa favorita, como é que é possível? Vamos jogar contra a equipa do computador, nesse caso, ou da consola. Play clocking will run 8 segundos. O que é? When the slow is run, the play clock will run down to the side. Ok. Vamos lá. Vamos começar o jogo, vamos testar o jogo, vamos ver como é que é. Eu não vou passar cutscenes, vamos deixar rodar.
Sports from the Coliseum in Oakland, our tribute to the coach, the John Madden Legacy Game. I'm Brandon Gaudin here to take you through the proceedings, and coming up, we're going to tell the story of a man who was truly larger than life and whose impact on the sport of football, certainly it's going to live on for decades and decades to come. Now, we've assembled a couple of rosters featuring some of Coach's favorite players from both yesterday and today, and Coach himself will be on the sidelines for both squads, trying to motivate his guys to victory. And I'm joined now by my good friend Charles Davis.
As entradas estão brutais.
Thoughts on John Madden and what he meant to the sport he loves so much.
For me, Brandon, it's the word joy. He brought that to the game.
Deve ser treinadores holandeses, acredito eu.
He stayed involved his entire
Não volto a referir, eu nunca joguei isto, não se patalina deste tipo de desporto. Vamos ver. O que é que eu estou a escolher? Quick return, ok.
The Coliseum back to its original 70s
chuta a
glory.
bola!
What a scene in the East Bay. And we're underway.
Eu tinha que apanhar?
John Madden
Ok,
Legacy
já não
Game.
apanho essa bola.
So it's the NFC stars who will get the ball first.
Vamos Vamos passar por
Charles,
isso.
as we alluded to, we've got a different era of coach on each sideline. So the man coaching this NFC squad, we'll call him Young John.
Ok, acho que aquilo era para decidir quem ia começar a jogar.
He was trying to establish a foothold in the NFL and on the cusp of doing it very successfully.
Yeah, you think
O
back
que é que eu
to
tenho que fazer?
those early days as the coach of the Raiders, the late 60s in the AFL, and then
Yeah,
in the
la.
NFL in the early 70s. Coach was a guy who was ahead of his time. The Raiders were one of the first teams to have mini camps, one of the first to film practice, because he wanted to practice coaching as much as he could. And his teams, they were successful right from the start of his head coaching tenure.
Então, não conseguimos passar ali, é isso? Eu sei que estamos com o rádio até o fim, agora como?
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. On the draw, here's Sanders.
Eu quero correr, não consigo, Zé.
No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him.
Será que dá para pôr isto em português? Será que era uma cena mesmo fixe? Será que dá? In options. Não me diga se não dá para pôr em português. Injury, visual feedback. Dinâmico, blá.
Menu narration option is set to off.
O que é? Acessibilidade, deve ser aqui, né?
Entering settings screen, you have 20 options. Menu
Ok,
narration
ele de
option
repente
is set to
começa-me
off is selected.
a falar coisas que eu não sei o que é que ele quer dizer com aquilo. Ok, bora. Bora que se lixe, vamos ver mesmo em inglês. Bora lá.
I know in most cases people think you throw the ball in this situation, and when they ran, it almost felt like a little bit of a surrender, maybe a give up. But I don't know if that's really the case. They might have been probing a little bit, checking the defense and filing it away for later. They might have something working later on.
Ah, ele aqui tem
They
resposta.
call it 38 yards on the punt, no return, and the AFC will take over 1st and 10.
Ok.
So
Agora sim nós vamos
Charles,
responder,
as
correto?
mentioned, we've got another Coach Madden over here on the AFC sideline. Of course, his Raiders, members of the AFC West. So this is a conference he battled in for his entire career.
Olha lá,
And
eu nem
you
estava lá
can
com o gajo,
landscape
mas
for
sim.
the NFL as he was getting into the back half of his tenure. It was a golden era for coaches. You had Don Shula, Tom Landry, Chuck Noll, Bud Grant, but it was John Madden who had the best winning percentage of them all, CD, 759, the best ever.
Brandon, it's hard to believe he could be so
Pouco a
successful.
pouco estamos a tirar a bola a eles.
Great teams. The Steelers won 4 Super Bowls.
0-0 aí,
The
com um
Dolphins
minuto
won
e
2 and were a
52.
mainstay in the playoffs. The Colts were tough. The Broncos came on late and went to a Super Bowl themselves.
Passa.
But against
Isso.
Hall of Fame
Boa.
coaches,
And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And he's going to bring this one back for an
Agora
NFC
conseguimos o primeiro
touchdown.
ponto. Touchdown.
That's what you get, apparently, when you try to take on a Pro Bowl cornerback. And what a play there to make the interception and also bring it back for 6.
and he is so good that we've seen teams absolutely stay away from throwing the ball at him. Here, he's just reading the quarterback's eyes the entire way.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it.
Correr é atrás, já estou a ver.
I thought the days of the fake extra point were numbered once they moved these kicks back to the 15. Apparently, I was mistaken.
Yeah, I was wondering who was ever going to try to do this. In fact, I
No
couldn't wonder
pontapé.
if it would ever happen, taking a fake from the 15-yard line to try and pick up an extra point. I didn't think anyone would ever call this.
Ok, ganhamos aqui a bola.
And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Now the AFC making their way out, and it's one of Coach's favorites, another local guy, Tom Brady, who will be
Tem
in
muitas
the
cutscenes.
And boy, Coach always admired the way number 12 could run an offense, and especially his ability to stay calm under pressure.
Tom Brady is a guy who's always looking downfield. He never looks at the rush. He hangs in the pocket and he makes a throw. He's a cool guy. He's a tough guy. Let me tell you, there's no one calmer in the pocket than Tom Brady.
And I know that Coach has a great appreciation for Tom Brady. He turned
Só
45
passando.
back on August 3rd because Coach coached a guy like him in George Blandon, who played a long time in the NFL. In this game, it features legends and active players.
Isso é um jogo muito bonito.
Emphasizes both.
So as we mentioned at the top, well, let's take you through the life of John
Roberto
Madden.
Mendes.
And you know, it's very fitting that we're here back in the Bay Area, not just because John's so associated with Raider football, but also because this was where he spent his formative years.
Yeah, he grew up over in Daly City with his buddy John Robinson, who would also become an NFL head coach. He played his high school ball at Jefferson High, eventually wound up playing tackle at the University of Oregon, and later Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. Played well in 1958. He was a 21st round draft of the Philadelphia Eagles. That's right, they drafted up 30 rounds then.
Now a play fake. Brady. And his throw is incomplete. Charles, you mentioned Coach was a 21st round draft pick back in 1958. Was the Philadelphia Eagles who selected him. But unfortunately for John, knee problems, they just continued to dog him. He was hurt in his first training camp. Actually never saw the field as a player in the NFL. But it was still during his time with the Eagles, you and I were talking about this before going on air, that you could start to see the light bulb of what his career path might entail.
And it went out in a big way, didn't it? Because while he was rehabbing his knee, he started to spend a lot of time looking down film with the Eagles.
The AFC with the football here to begin the second quarter. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Brady. Open man is
não passa, gente. Esquece lá isso, que não passa, meu filho.
Charles, you know, it was in the early 1960s that a young John Madden made the acquaintance of the owner of the Oakland Raiders, one Al Davis, of course, and the two, they really bonded, would become one of the best owner-coach duos in NFL history. And to take it a step further, Al Davis became someone who John referred to as his best friend.
Yeah, 1967, Brandon. Al Davis hired Coach Madden to be a linebackers coach, remember?
Estamos tentando não fazer falta enquanto... Nada. Esquece. Vou tentar que eles não me passem. Eles não chegam mais rápido possível na nossa base. Nada, Zé. Esquece lá isso.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 2 minutes remain here, the first half of the John Madden legacy game. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defense side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. On the toss, here's Allen. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more.
Todos que eu estou a ver, não podemos deixar que eles sejam testados. Vamos usar isso.
On now is Vinatieri as he'll try the field goal. This just 32 yards officially from the right hash.
No.
The career leader in field goals made knocks that one through. And they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. Well, still trailing here, but they do get the late field goal. Now their defense will try to keep this score right where it is heading into the locker room.
Yeah, trying to get the break. You obviously don't want to go in off of a negative play. Give them credit for that one. Finding a way to put points on the board. Give them any type of a spark, anything to build off of as they try to
and they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11.
Tem mais fixe quando vai estar acabado.
Charles, Coach Madden always said that if he had one drive to win a game and he had to pick a quarterback, he would pick Kenny Stabler. But I think if you asked him to omit any of his Raiders players, there's a good chance the guy he'd select would be Brett Favre.
Brett Favre is always smiling. He's always laughing. He's always talking to someone. He remembers.
Que não passa a bola,
and if it's a game, you should have fun.
And Brandon, that always reminds me of a
distance to the goal line. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw.
Ai, quase
The
isso.
first catch of the game for George Kittle. So the completion results there in 9 yards, and that'll bring up second down. And this time they'll just keep this on the ground.
Olha. Não, olha. Ai, ai, Deus. Está mal. É, gasta, não saiu.
Now the AFC going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
Okay.
One more time, they'll keep it on the ground.
Ai, posso passar mal, gente. Mas eu ia fazer, Calma. Isso aqui é engraçado.
Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Wisnowski on the punt as he sends this one away. And a fair catch taken here right at about the 40-yard line. The AFC offense heading back out. You know, Charles, Coach really loved to utilize his tight ends in the passing game. You think about Dave Casper, Hall of Famer for those great Raider teams. And I think he saw a lot of Dave Casper in an all-Madden staple, Tony Gonzalez.
Tony Gonzalez is the type of tight end I think everyone's looking for. He's a guy that can make some big plays from that tight end position.
Coming up in the second half, we'll run through John's post-coaching triumphs. But for now, we present a special tribute to the man of the hour, narrated by the Raiders' own Trey Mosley. Boy, Charles, that is really well done. Coach was something else, wasn't he?
I'm reminded what Al Davis said when he was inducted coach of the Pro Football Hall of Fame, Brandon. He loved the game. He loved his team. He loved the Raiders.
Anda cá, meu menino. Tu não passa, meu
You can
menino.
see it with everything he does.
Já estamos a vencer. Vamos lá.
It's quite possible, though, that now he would say, hey, enough of that. Let's play some football. By the second half, forthcoming.
Anda cá, que tu não passas aqui, meu
This has
menino.
been a familiar sight
Eu estou
all
passando.
afternoon as they stop him behind the line. So now,
Agora, vamos
Charles,
ver
to
isso.
pick up the
Temos
story
que
we've been
ver
telling, John Madden at 42, and he had just completed a 10-year stint as the coach of the Raiders. He wants to step away a bit from the grind of coaching, but he doesn't want to step away from the game of football. So he ends up signing on with CBS in 1979 to broadcasting, and much like his coaching career, he was pretty much an instant success.
Partner, he really connected with the people right from the start, and people may not remember he wasn't even the #1 team in the beginning. He worked his way up. But the same things that made him a great coach made him a great broadcaster. The ability to show the big picture, yet break it down into the details. That's what he did with his teams. That's what he did with the people. That way, he was simple to understand, yet insightful for viewers. He did with that big personality that he had, one that connected with everyone.
The NFC heading back out. Hall of Famer Randy Moss a part of this offense. And Coach Madden, boy, he always appreciated the ferociousness with which number 84 attacked the football in the air.
Esse é mais simples, fácil.
Just chunk it up there, dog, and I'll go get it.
And Coach, boy, did he ever go get it. Over 15,000 receiving yards, 156 touchdowns. And how about this, from his rookie year of 1998
Opa!
until
Ele vai ela!
2009, those were his prime seasons, right?
Vai ela e
He gets touchdowns, even more so. He showed us all how to go up and get it.
Quase que eu
No one's playing the ball in the air.
não fiz
So
isso.
for Coach Madden, Charles, by 1981, his broadcasting career is really taking off. He's elevated to the network's #1 booth that calls all the big matchups.
Calma. Oi,
He
oi!
gets the ball
Ah,
to
já
Sunday
apanhou.
called Super Bowl 16, 49ers and Bengals, and he's teamed up with Pat Summerall. And that pairing ultimately would go on to be one of the most influential in sports broadcasting history.
Influential not just in us listening to them. Remember, they went on and called 8 Super
Viu?
Bowls
Aqui tá
together.
tapado.
But how they put together kind of
Ai, eu não
that
posso ter com
all
nós, gente.
justice
Tá
following that.
certo.
Sitting down
Bora.
head coaches and the
Não,
quarterbacks and the
não.
stars of
Eu vou
each
falar com
team
vocês, eu vou
before
falar
the
com
ball game to get extra information. And the way that those two paired together,
O dia passou aqui no meio. Ele vai eu. Ele é o Binks.
concise to the
Ah, já me
turn it over to
matou.
Coach Madden.
Eu não passo a bola a ninguém, né?
Big detail.
Não sei passar a bola.
Fourth down now after a loss of 2.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Agora é hora de defender.
So a
Agora.
change in possession here on the
Faltam 4 segundos para acabar
First and 10 as
esta
they take
parte.
over. The offense for the AFC set to go now. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient.
Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter.
Não passas aqui, mano. Este eu estou a mexer como se eu soubesse mexer nisso, mas até agora ainda não percebi como é que isto funciona. Mas já estou todos em cima disso. Também está em rota, não é?
And now it's a staple for all analysts to have in the booth. And then you think about things like turducken on Thanksgiving.
Oh, that's going to be a costly one. It's intercepted. Picked up by Jogue.
Eles vêm todos atrás de Marcos. Ai, Jesus.
And this return's going to go backwards about 8 yards, but the interception is good, and they have the football. Ready to begin their next drive here, the NFC offense. Another important 4th quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage.
Ainda tem aqui. Não vou conseguir. Ai, não vou conseguir.
Sanders not finding a whole lot as he'll get forward for about 3.
Não fiz pegar nos jogadores.
On that last carry here, 2nd and 7.
Tentou tapar. Vai tentar passar. Passou. E vai ele. Fica 1. Fica 2. Ai,
and he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. So 2 minutes remain in the John Madden legacy game. The NFC trying to hold on. And we're back to Oakland after this. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Up the middle they go with Sanders. And I think this defense
passando com os outros. Não sei onde é que vou passar para os outros.
And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. It's a 2nd down run with Sanders.
Passa.
Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll
não posso ir para as linhas. Bora, bora.
talk over what to do next. On 3rd down, they turn to Sanders. Now the AFC going to use their final timeout of the half as they'll head to the sideline.
Nós estamos tempo para atacar.
Next. And the NFC punt team out there now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today.
Corre.
And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. A few better down a score in the 4th quarter than Tom Brady. This is 1st and 10. They begin the drive on the ground with Allen.
Matos.
Host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
Vamos só ver. Eles não deixam.
We did get a little ahead of ourselves talking about John Madden, the broadcaster in the 90s and 2000s, because there was another product during that time period that he became quite famous for, and something that you and I know a little bit about, and that's the video game that bears his name. Originally John Madden Football when it was first released back in the late 1980s, and now known simply
vai dar perto, velho.
Coach saw this originally
Vai dar
as a way to
perto.
teach the game of football.
Não dando aqui. Olha. Outra vez. Ai. Isto aqui tem que ser para a frente.
He told him, call me when it's 11 on 11. And he got his wish.
Yeah, after that debut, Madden, the video game, continued to pick up steam through the 90s in a big way. And John himself, many will remember, was a commentator for the series for many years. So it's a win here for the NFC. Just an incredible afternoon of football. Remembering the life of John Madden. And before we
ganhamos. O que é?
Time to
Como
decide how
vamos
you
para
become coach.
Sim,
Feeling a
primeiro,
loop, head on over to the main
para
menu and see the full array of options you've got to work
que
with
isto não dá
in
para alterar
Madden
a língua?
NFL 23.
Muito se vê grande cena por causa da língua. Mas acho que não vai dar, né? Se é americano, eles não dão essa opção. Acho que não. Podia ter português, podia ter... Não. Mas é normal, é normal. Pessoal, foi isto. Espero que tenham gostado. Foi NFL 23. Eu vou ser sincero, no início eu não estava a gostar muito, mas depois de pegar de jogador e ter que fintá-los todos sozinho é brutal. Dá-vos uma sensação de escapatória, tenho que fugir, é uma cena não fixe. Pronto, obrigado a todos por estarem desse lado. Se gostas deste tipo de vídeos e este jogo específico, deixa o teu like, comenta muito para eu trazer e quem sabe eu traga um Ultimate Team, um modo carreira deste jogo. Bora, estamos juntos, vemos no próximo vídeo. Bora.